Hello, hello, hello. It's Stephanie. I am here with Go Natural English, and I'm so excited to be back with you. Are you excited? Or are you exciting? What does that mean? What is the difference between excited and exciting? Today I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the ed ending and the ing ending. But before I do that, I want to remind you, if you haven't checked out the 7 steps to fluency, you should go to gonaturalenglish.com/7 steps. All right, so excited or exciting? What's the difference between those two adjectives, right? Sometimes I hear students making this mistake. They say, I'm really exciting to go to Disneyland. What does that mean? I'm really exciting to go to Disneyland. It doesn't really make sense, right? So sometimes people might look at you like, what do you mean you're exciting to go to Disneyland? It doesn't work, right? So you need to memorize the rule. What is the rule? Well, the ed ending describes the emotion of the adjective, right? So, for example, you would describe yourself as being excited because you're the one that has the emotion. I'm excited to go to Disneyland. That's the correct answer. But with the ing, the rule that you can follow is it describes the thing that causes the emotion, right? So you would say, it's so exciting to go to Disneyland, all right? So that is the rule that you can follow. The ed ending on the adjective is the one that describes the emotion, right? And the ing ending is the thing that causes the emotion, all right? So let's look at some other examples. I feel so frustrated with English. I'm sure you probably feel that way sometimes when you're learning English, right? So I feel really frustrated, right? Learning English is so frustrating, right? So it's the English that causes the emotion. So then use the ing. But now to describe your emotion, you feel frustrated. Okay, some other examples. Confused. This English lesson is confusing, right? I feel confused. All right, so now you're describing your emotion, and then the thing that causes the emotion is confusing, right? So learning English is confusing. Okay, so don't get confused about when you should use the ed ending or the ing ending for those types of adjectives. And the one last thing I want to tell you about is that you might hear people describing personalities as ed or ing, right? So, for example, if someone says that you're boring, it means not a good thing, right? This means you don't know how to have fun. You don't want to be called boring, right? So sometimes we can use the ing ending to describe someone's personality, right? So if you say, that person is so boring, right? Or that teacher is so boring. Okay, but you would never say that about the Go Natural English teachers, would you? We're so exciting. Well, anyway, we try to be. Okay, so boring is one example just to describe someone's personality. Also, you could say someone is confusing, right? So a teacher could be confusing when they explain a rule to you or a lesson, right? Hopefully you haven't had that experience, but sometimes that happens. A teacher can be confusing, okay? Disappointing, right? So she was a really disappointing date. So that means you went out on a date with someone you thought you were going to have fun, but she actually turned out to be disappointing, okay? You can feel disappointed that it was a boring date, okay? There's lots of ways to use the adjectives with ed and ing, and just keep practicing these and come back and join us again at Go Natural English, and we will teach you more ways to sound like a native speaker. Don't forget to check out our fluent communication course at gonaturalenglish.com, and you can practice more ways to sound more like a native speaker. All right, we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.